Hi, my name is Mathan Thavapragasam, son of Thavapragasam. I'm currently working with my father at his accounting office at Keelan Finch. Canada's home, and home is where the heart is. Canada is a beautiful place. I lived in Toronto all my life. Then finally I decided to do a road trip to Vancouver, and for the first time I understood and experienced the magnanimity of Canada. It's a beautiful place. We experience all different types of weather. There's constant change here, and it's nice to walk down the street and see people of all different types of colors and experience life together with them and move forward as one. And I think Canada gives us all the opportunity to do this, especially our kids. And that's why I love Canada. That's why I love being here. Unity in our community in Canada, what does it mean? I think unity means people coming together, people of all different sizes, all different colors and races coming together for one goal, to make this a better place for everyone. I think that's happening every day. I attend different political events with Gary, and I see not just Asian people when we go to an event in Markham, or not just brown people when we're hitting up an event that, let's say, the Canadian Tamil Congress is putting on. You see people of all different races coming together to try to achieve one goal, and I think that's what unity is in Canada. How do I know Gary? Wow, that's a great question. I met Gary when he was in law school at Osgood. I was going into my first year. I don't know, maybe I was 17, 18 years old, quite some time ago. And by happenstance, we actually reconnected in Connecticut when I went to a conference for FETNA. And since reconnecting with him, I've spent a lot of time with Gary, especially when the MV Sunsi came to Vancouver's shores. I was volunteering as the media coordinator for the Canadian Tamil Congress, and Gary was on foot in Vancouver. So I got to really see what it means to be selfless and to be tireless when working towards something. I know we would do our debriefs at maybe 2, 3 a.m. and he'd be up at 6, 7 a.m. the next morning sending me a full-out article about what's happening there. And I mean, the type of time and effort that he puts for the benefit of another soul, another person's life, is something that doesn't go unnoticed. You feel it. Even when he was 5,000 kilometers away doing this, I could feel it over the phone. I could feel how much he has to offer these people who are in need, who need someone to show them love and compassion and empathy. And I think that's where I really felt Gary as, you know, a mentor, as a man that I can look up to, as a man who is out here to make this world a better place for everyone else. There were many times when I've been out with Gary and he'll be telling me a story about some teenager he's met somewhere who doesn't have enough money to, or his family rather, doesn't have enough money to give him a chess coach, but the kid loves chess so much, so he sponsors this child. And I think, wow, that's amazing. And then he goes to the UN meetings out in Geneva on his own dollar. Many people don't know this. Actually, back when I first met Gary at York, even at that point, he was helping kids who were expelled from high schools to try to keep them. He'd go to the meetings with the trustees and the principals and try to keep these children in these schools because he didn't feel that expulsion was ever the answer. Also, I know he works with the police board. And, you know, these things just come up in random conversations. And he doesn't speak of these things highly, but I think it's absolutely amazing. He actually goes on tours with police cruisers to see how they interact with the public out in low-income neighborhoods to ensure that everyone is treated fairly with equity. And I think all of these things that Gary does is what makes him such an amazing person, such an amazing role model for our community, for all Canadians to look up to. I support Gary because Gary's one of those people that Um, the more time you spend with him, the better person you become. You feel good after having a sit down with Gary. There's nothing negative that I feel after having a conversation with him. There's always something I take away that I go home and think about, that I try to better myself once seeing him. It takes a true leader to be able to show that kind of presence. You really feel it when you're next to a man like Gary. You feel him emanating this goodness. And I'm not just saying this, I'm truly trying to genuinely speak how I feel. It's hard to articulate the inner goings of a relationship like the one I have with Gary. But I mean, truly, I would support him to the ends of the earth. He's, the things that he believes in, it helps me understand why we're here, why I choose to stay in Canada, why I choose to have a family here, want to have children here, and want to live my life here. I'm so blessed to have come across his path and to keep and maintain a relationship with a man like Gary. He'll forever have my support.